my name is Abdul Jalil, and today I'm going to be walking you through this idea that I developed using the IPOP model. The idea that I'm going to be presenting is a small priority engine that's designed to help students who struggle with managing heavy workloads, especially those that are in demanding majors or those that are dealing with ADHD or other executive functioning challenges. Before I deliver the actual elevator pitch, I'm going to show you the full thinking process behind the idea. I'm going to start off with the PND and then the solution for the PND, and the stakeholders, the competitive advantages, the business and feasibility factors. In other words, I'm going to take you step by step through how this idea was shaped using the IPOP framework. Once all of those pieces are together, I'm going to conclude the presentation by presenting the final polished elevator pitch. So, we're going to start off with the core problem. One of the biggest issues students struggle with is managing their workload. For students in heavy majors or students with ADHD, it's extremely difficult to prioritize assignments and know when to start the tasks. This typically leads to stress, missed deadlines, and overall a weaker academic performance. So what makes this pain so serious is that it's not just an occasional issue that happens every now and then. It's something that students deal with every single day, and it affects their mental health, it affects their grades, and it's a universal issue that happens across all campuses all around the world. It's a high frequency and high intensity pain. The solution that I'm proposing is a smart priority engine. So instead of students trying to figure out how to do their schedules manually, the system analyzes their deadlines, the estimated time needed for each task, the task difficulty, and which tasks are dependent on others, which tasks need to be completed first. And then based off of all of this information that it gathers, it generates a simple daily do this now list. The engine will then update automatically as new tasks appear, and it even predicts when realistically you need to start working on something to avoid last minute stress. So moving on to stakeholders. The primary stakeholders are going to be the students themselves. They're going to gain clarity, structure, and reduce stress. In addition to the primary stakeholders, the secondary stakeholders also benefit. Professors are going to be seeing fewer late submissions. Universities are going to be seeing more academic success. Disability and ADHD support offices will gain a tool that will directly help their students that are facing these challenges. And parents are going to gain a peace of mind knowing that their children and their students are going to be more organized. Competitive advantage. So what makes our product different? What makes our solution unique is that unlike planners and productivity apps, it actually does the thinking for the student. Instead of just storing the tasks, it decides which ones matter more, estimate how long particular assignments will take, and it'll sequence the tasks automatically, so you'll be able to know which task you have to get done first before you're able to move on to the other. And it'll plan your tasks accordingly. Okay, so this is just to illustrate the differences between our product and our competitors. As you can see, traditional calendars and planners require students to manually prioritize their work. They're unable to predict how long tasks will take, and they don't warn you when you actually need to start. They treat all assignments as equal, and they're unable to map task dependencies. The Smart Priority product solves all of these weaknesses. It tells students what to work on right now based on importance, deadlines, and workload, and taking all of these variables into consideration. It predicts the realistic time requirements, it alerts students when it's time to actually begin a task, and it understands the task sequences and is able to map the task dependencies and tell you when to start each task. And all in all, it's going to keep the cognitive load on students very low. Of course, with every innovation there are risks. The main killers in this case include the accuracy and time estimation, students failing to input the tasks consistently, which will lead to the system not being able to advise them correctly, and competition from free tools. However, the strengths massively outweigh these risks, as the pain point is massive and universal, and there's strong institutional demand from universities and advisors who want to support student success. So I'm just going to go over the business model. The business model for this product follows a freemium structure. Students can access essential features for free, but those who want more advanced capabilities like sophisticated time prediction or dependency mapping, they can upgrade to a low cost monthly subscription. Universities also have the option to license the platform all over campus. Our revenue comes from subscriptions and institutional partnerships, while our main costs are development, AI maintenance, and hosting. So the more the system is used, the smarter and more efficient it will become, and this makes our model scalable. So I'm going to be talking about the credibility, uniqueness, and evidence of the product, or Q. So what makes our solution credible is that it's rooted in cognitive science and executive function theory. It adapts proven project management techniques like task sequencing and time estimation to fit the academic workflows. In terms of uniqueness, there aren't any existing planner apps or programs that are able to deliver that are able to combine so many different things into one system. We're able to combine automatic prioritization, realistic time prediction, start time forecasting, and academic dependency all into one system, and we're able to reduce the cognitive load on students in so many ways due to this. As far as evidence goes, it's everywhere. Students constantly report struggles with time management, and the same sort of dependency-based planning that we're proposing has already been proven successful in many professional environments. Okay, now that we're done with the thinking process, I'm going to be delivering the actual elevator pitch. So, students today aren't failing because they're lazy, they're failing because they're overwhelmed. A lot of the times, figuring out what to work on first can be harder than the actual task itself. That leads to stress, late assignments, and falling behind. Our solution is a smart priority engine that removes that mental load. It will automatically analyze deadlines, workload, difficulty, and task dependencies, and it'll put all of those variables together and consider them all to be able to tell students exactly what they're supposed to do and when they're supposed to do it. It'll predict how long tasks will take, and it'll warn you when you realistically need to start so you can avoid the last minute panic. Unlike traditional calendars, it doesn't just store the tasks when the student manually inputs them. No, it actually thinks for the student and analyzes the task dependencies to make sure which tasks need to be done first, so the overall assignment is completed. Because this pain is universal and constant, the adoption potential is huge. Students will perform better academically, professors will get assignments on time, and universities are going to be able to improve retention. Using this product, we'll be able to transfer academic overwhelm into actual manageable action. And yeah, that summarizes it for my presentation. Thank you very much.